Yes, give them a round of applause. This school will be your new home for the next 3 years. In late January, when it was much snowier, and I'm not sure it was any colder, we had a meeting, and that meeting was about all the classes that you'll be taking this coming fall. Tonight is about everything else. My name is Les Ford, principal, and tonight is our first all grade level event in this beautiful performing arts space, where in a few short weeks, our middle school students will be performing their inaugural musical, The Lion King. If you tour our school tonight, you will see many other spaces that have been made new by your generosity. Thank you for your support in giving nature that keeps our building, our programming, our academics excellent and available to all students. Tonight, I'm pleased to say, parents, guardians, and students, you are going to have an opportunity to acquire a lot of other information at our school. Tonight's activities is all built around choice. Choice of what your family would like to get more information on. And hopefully, you will have lots of fun along the way. Before we get started on your journey around our school, we have 3 more speakers who will briefly be presenting this evening. Our first speaker will be Mr. Osai, our superintendent of schools. The second will be Randy Zutch, your 6th grade dean of students that you will be having new students for the 22-23 school year. Lastly, Jason Bold, assistant principal, will be sharing with you the options and opportunities for more information tonight. Next fall, he will be one of 2 principals who will be welcoming you to school because as several of you already know and have spoken to me this evening, that after over 3 decades of service, this will be my last welcome to the 6th grade students and families to the middle school. By the way, a couple of you did introduce yourself to me, and I'm going to do something a little bolder. Normally, I ask students who were at the middle school when I was their principal, and now a parent, to just raise your hand. Can you raise the house lights a little bit? I'd like you to stand. I know there's a couple of you. Be brave. I leave you all in good hands with Mr. Bowl and the rest of the staff at St. Louis Park Middle School. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce a friend, a colleague, a supervisor, a parent who has his child here with him presenting this evening. Please join me in welcoming Superintendent Osai to the stage.
For attending Rally Night this evening. I know Principal Borg referenced it, but we are extremely excited to be welcoming you in person in this beautiful performing arts space. And we know that we would not have this space or have this opportunity in this facility if it weren't for your kind generosity. And I just want to thank each of you for your continued support of St. Louis Park Middle School. So please give yourselves a round of applause. As Principal Borg mentioned, this evening I'm excited for you because you really have an opportunity to become more familiar with the school building, our staff, and our programs. And although this summer we're going to be doing some significant construction here, the good thing is that the physical layout won't change. So when you come back in the fall, the classrooms will be newer, they'll be refreshed and brighter, but they'll still be in the same location. So I recognize that coming to middle school is a huge transition, and there's a great deal of excitement about that. And we're just know that we're here to partner with you along the way. I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment to acknowledge Principal Burke. He's such a humble leader, and in many respects, to me, he's a legendary leader. As he said, and as you all saw, as he requested for former middle school students to stand up, that he's been here over 3 decades, right? 37 years as a middle school principal. I don't think I could do middle school for 37 years. And you somehow have figured out a way to do it masterfully. And you've made a tremendous impact on St. Louis Park Public Schools. Being your superintendent here for 5 years, as I came into this organization, I learned very quickly that Principal Burke's hands are on many of the systems and structures that we know and love today. And I just want to thank you because what you've done for us in our school, here at the middle school in our school district, I can't express in words my gratitude. So certainly, I'm at this point not quite sure who will follow you, but I know that they have tremendous shoes to fulfill, and it's my hope that they take heed and learn from some very valuable lessons that you've taught us all. So thank you again, and I hope that you continue to stay connected to St. Louis Park Public Schools. Our middle school is an amazing place. We have absolutely amazing staff, and we are one of the middle schools, maybe one of a few middle schools in the state of Minnesota that offers a tremendous amount of elective opportunities. And we're proud to give students multiple pathways to really demonstrate their brilliance here. So I'm hoping that as you engage in student tours and you get to ask current students about their experience, that you're curious and you really lean into all the wonderful opportunities that we have here for you this evening. So at this time, I'm going to welcome Mr. Zutz, who will provide you with the welcome as well. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Randall Zutz, and I want to welcome you to our annual 6th grade rally day, and thank you for choosing St. Louis Park School Community for your middle school year's education. It's kind of tough coming up here following those two speakers, so bear with me, okay? And some of the things I'm going to say to the students, they may forget over the summer, so parents are going to rely on you to remember, and then you can remind them right before we start school. And I want to thank you in advance. I am currently the 8th grade Dean of Students, and next year I will be your Dean, as I said, and I will continue with you through 8th grade. It's going to be an exciting 3 years for you and your family during that time. You can always contact me for any issues. Deans are responsible for academic, personal, behavioral, friends, and any other issues, and for counseling and help. We're also involved in disciplinary issues. I am going to be going to all of the 5th grade classrooms at the end of May with our school counselor, Ms. Clute. So I look forward to meeting each of you in person. And we will also bring with us graduates from those elementary schools, and we'll go over a lot of the day-to-day items and things that you will be concerned about, and we'll answer all your questions. I've been here for over 20 years, so that's only 2 decades. And I've seen thousands of students walk these walls. I've learned a lot from them about their successes as well as their struggles. I only have a few minutes tonight, but I want to share some of the insights I've learned over the past 20 years. All right, students, this is what your parents are going to remember for you, but you can listen here. And if you can remember, that's great. And feel free in the fall to come up and say, I remember 3, but I don't remember number 4, okay? Number 1, get involved. As you learned tonight by stopping at all the information stations in Fieldhouse 3, there are many opportunities to get involved and try new things. We have a variety of clubs, activities, and athletics. Some examples are chess club, jazz band, or our spring musical. I'd like you to make a personal commitment to at least try one new activity each year you're here. The nice thing about the middle school is no experience is needed for anything. We want you to explore your life. You'll also make new friends and quickly feel like you belong to this vibrant community by involving yourself in an extracurricular activity. Number 2, make a commitment to organization. You will have over 10 different classes next year. That's a lot of teachers and assignments to keep track of. Decide and commit tonight that you will learn these important skills. It's central to your success at the middle school. Number 3, be a self-advocate. You're about to enter into a brand new community with its own policies, standards, and rules. You can ask any staff member for assistance at any time. That includes bus drivers, cafeteria staff, media center staff, custodial, paraprofessionals, front office staff, police liaisons, and even our own assistant principal, Mr. Bull. They're all dedicated to your success. And I want to repeat this because sometimes students are shy or aren't sure how to ask it. You need to ask when you need help or you aren't sure exactly what to do, especially when you have all the teachers, staff, and your dean here just for you. The only reason I'm going to be here next year is because of the 6th graders. Okay? And finally, number 4, be open to new friendships. One of the best things about the middle school is that students are coming across the district from all the elementary schools for the first time, as well as new students from outside our district. It's a wonderful time to meet new people and expand your circle of friends. This doesn't mean you will lose your elementary friends, but friendships do change in middle school, which is a good thing. Welcome the fact that just as you grow and mature, so will your friendships grow and change. Be careful as you choose your new friends. While I hope that you will be friendly and kind to everyone, be selective to who you let into your closest circle of friends. I would ask you to choose friends who set high standards for themselves and will help you be the best version of yourself. And always remember that learning at the middle school is very fun. You can ask any teacher that tonight. Now, parents, it's your turn. My first suggestion to you is the same as the students. Get involved. There are a lot of opportunities for you to connect with the middle school. Many parents believe that their days of volunteering and involvement end after elementary school. This is simply not true. As you will learn later tonight when you stop by the Site Council Information Station, there are many opportunities for you here, from field trip chaperoning, classroom helper, to committee work, to name a few. You can always spend as much time as your schedule allows. And obviously your involvement is crucial to the operation to our school, but there are also benefits to being involved to you as well. First, volunteering gives you a chance to get to know our staff. Second, it's a nice way to meet other parents. More importantly, it helps you stay connected to your students' increasing independent life. If you have never been in the halls with over 1,000 students during passing time, you don't understand what a day at the middle school is like. And you can ask all the staff, they'll attest to that too. I like to look at volunteering as like looking into a window of your child's middle school experience. The second thing I would tell you is support your child's organization by monitoring their progress. Two valuable tools to help your child's academic progress are PowerSchool and Schoology. Schoology is like the umbrella for the academics, while PowerSchool is specifically for your child. And remember, the teachers, dean, and student services are ready to assist you with that. This is a transition time, not just educationally, but physically, emotionally, behaviorally. And I would ask that you would help your middle school child to set new routines. And I'm talking about things like study time, an area of your place of living where they can do their homework, sleep and wake times, and recently, I think the pandemic might have spurred this on, but screen time usage limits and monitoring what they are doing with their screen time. Fourth, I mentioned PowerSchool and Schoology, but I would ask that together with your student that you check it regularly. Keep in mind, our goal is to prepare your child to enter high school as a successful, independent learner. To do this, we all need to walk the tightrope of support and accountability. When you see your child struggle in the coming years, and trust me, they will struggle at some point, it may be tempting to swoop in and rescue them. I encourage you to resist the temptation. Instead, help your child problem solve a solution by themselves. They may need a lot of support and help implementing the solution, but letting them tackle the problem communicates to them that you believe in their capability to solve their own problems. This develops resiliency and persistence, and students become increasingly capable of overcoming the inevitable obstacles of life. Parents, my final words of advice are captured in a quote from Benjamin Franklin. Tell me and I may forget. Teach me and I may remember. Involve me and I will learn. Let's all stay involved together. In conclusion, I want to thank you for entrusting your child to us for their exciting middle school education. We consider it a privilege to partner with you over the next 3 years of your students' growth. And I also wish you a great night tonight. Thank you. You're very kind, and I get to introduce the final speaker who we've had a long history together and started here as a math teacher. Has been an assistant principal for 10 plus years. Mr. Jason Bull, please give him a walk.
Good evening. Thank you for the round of applause. One last thing that I have to say about Les Bork, and he hates this because for 37 years he has never let us talk about him or celebrate him at all. He gives credit to everybody else, which great leaders I think really do. They never take credit for themselves, even though they're behind so many things. This fall, before Les went out on medical leave, he found out it's pretty rare that you can say that you're the best at something or you've done something the longest, because there's usually always somebody better. There's always someone who's done it a little bit longer or whatever. This fall, Les found out that in the entire nation, he was the longest standing principal. 37 years was the longest standing principal. Thank you. All right, now getting on to the evening. If you could just grab your sheet, grab your program. I'm just going to kind of talk through this briefly so everyone just knows kind of what we're doing. We set this up to kind of be a choose your own adventure. So after you leave here, you all kind of get to decide what you experience or what you hear about a little bit more. So there's 3 sessions that we offer. You don't have to go to all 3 sessions. You don't even have to go to any of them. You can be done after tonight if you really want to. We're hoping you're going to learn a little bit more about the middle school. But there's options that you have. Our first session starts at 7 o'clock, and that's where you've got the 5 options. There's a student-led tours if you want to see more of the school, and the students will kind of talk about things as they walk you through the school. We've got our entire Fieldhouse 3 and 4 set up, which is just out of here, down the hall, and to the left. You'll see on the bottom left of the sheet, there's the stations that are down there if you want to talk to certain people. There's the booths that are listed there on the bottom left. We also have more of a curriculum session, so if you want to hear more about us being an IB school or our extended Spanish program, that is in Fieldhouse 1 and 2. That is out here to the left and then kind of keep going straight. We also have a student panel. I'm sorry, I screwed that up. I'm sorry, the IB and extended Spanish program are in the media center. Okay, sorry about that. Our student panel is in Fieldhouse 1. So out to the left straight is, you want to hear some students talk about the middle school, ask them some questions, that will be in Fieldhouse 1. And then if you want to stay here, our school counselor and one of our social workers will be talking about the 10 myths about your adolescent's life at St. Louis Park. So if you want to stay here for that, And again, some of these sessions are offered all 3 times, and some of them are only offered twice, so you kind of do have to pick and choose what you want to hear. And families, please keep your student with you with whatever you decide to do. If you have any questions, please just stop us and let us know, all right? And you got about 3 minutes to get to your next session. All right? Thank you all.